Today we are doing a full face of Sweed Beauty. Sweed is a brand that has caught and kept my attention from the get-go. From the very first product that I tried from Sweed, I have been hooked on the brand. I absolutely love the packaging, the colors, the logo, the imagery. They have expanded the range so that they now have enough for a full face of Sweed. So I picked up some products to add to my collection, and we are doing a full face of Sweed Beauty. We're going to get into what is worth it, what maybe isn't, what are the must-haves, and what you can skip. So let's get right to it. We're going to start with a glass skin foundation. This is a beautiful foundation. I have the shade 03. I think it's called Warm Fair. It's a beautiful shade match. First of all, I love the packaging. It's just so cute. I love this color. I love the style. I think it's adorable. This is a really, really nice foundation. It's a shade 3. I'm going to use my sponge like I always do. Winston thinks his friend is here that comes to play. He heard a car. He thinks it's his best friend coming over to play. That is the foundation. It's got a lot of coverage. I don't quite get glass skin from this, so the name is the only thing that is confusing to me. To me, it is not a super glowy foundation, maybe like Satin. It's gorgeous on the skin. It is undetectable. It gives you a lot of coverage without looking like heavy makeup. So it's excellent in that regard. I'm going to put on some concealer. Sweed Beauty does not have a concealer, so I'm going to use my RMS. Be right back. I do not have the Sweed Beauty powder because reading the description of it and the reviews, I knew it wasn't going to be a powder for me. It's got, from what I can tell, from what I have read, it has like very fine glitters in it. I knew that that was not going to work for me. I'm going to set my face with my powders and I will be right back. I am back. I have set my face. I have Clé de Peau on one side, Guerlain on one side. Do you know which is which? That video might already be up, so you might know. If it's not, I am wearing two different setting powders. I'm just curious if you can see a difference or which side you prefer. So the Glass Skin Foundation is $48. It comes in 15 shades. Let's move on to brows. This is just called the Brow Pencil. I have mine in dark brown. It is $25. It is like a teeny tiny, I don't know if the camera's going to focus on that, a teeny tiny like blade pencil. It's just a very fine line almost. You can easily get like brush-like strokes with this. I don't typically do brush-like strokes in my brows. I'm mostly just extending the tail a bit and filling in any sparse bits rather than like drawing on hairs. If you need to draw on hairs, it does an excellent job. The shade is soft, but it's not too warm, which I love because my brow hairs are not warm. I have no warmth in my brows. So if I put something in my brows that is warm, it kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. I think it's very easy to use. It lasts really well. The color is perfect. Very happy with that. So let's move on to bronzer. They only have two shades. It is $45. You get 0.35 ounces. It has an 18-month shelf life. It's a lovely formula. It's just that it is such a warm shade. So this is the color. This is the lightest shade. As you can see, it's very, very warm toned. I love the embossing in it. It looks like wood. This is in my bronzer video. I just don't know if that's up yet or not. So as you can see, it's a very, very warm shade. It's pretty much orange. It just is. I mean, the formula is beautiful, but like the shade is incredibly warm. There's no neutrality to this at all. It is one of the warmest bronzers that I have. So if that does not work for you or your skin tone, you are probably not going to like this. The deeper shade does look more neutral. I'll pop a photo of it up here, but it's so deep that I knew it wouldn't work for me. So you have to really want a warm bronze in order to make this bronzer work for you. So let me just put it on. That is the Sweed bronzer. It's a beautiful formula. I love the way that it applies to the skin, the way that it wears, like zero complaints about the formula. I do wish there were a shade expansion. Maybe a slightly more neutral bronze would be fantastic. And I like warm bronzers. You know, I'm okay with them, but I know that a lot of people aren't. That is a very warm bronzer. Just be aware, but look how seamless it blends out on the skin. It's so soft. incredibly easy to work with, and a really, really lovely formula. Next is the Airbrush Cream Blush. There are 6 shades in this blush formula. It is $35. You get 0.17 ounces. The shade that we're going to use today is Cheeky. This is a very interesting formula. It is a cream to powder. That is the shade Cheeky. Here it is, swatched under the bronzer. It's kind of a bright peachy shade, very warm tone. I like warm tone blushes. I love corals and peaches. I'm going to use a BK109 because it's like a cream to powder. It almost behaves more powder than cream to me, but I'm just going to tap it on lightly with this brush just so I can get it where I want it. That is the blush in Cheeky. It's a beautiful, like vibrant peachy coral. I absolutely love this shade. This formula is so easy to work with because it is like a cream to powder, more powder than cream. In my opinion, it's much easier to blend out than a cream blush. It immediately feels like a powder when you put it on your skin, and it blends out so easily. Like, these blushes are fantastic. And because they are a cream to powder, they never look like drying on the cheeks. They just smooth over everything and look lovely. I think we're going to do lips first so then I can see what I need to do on the eyes. They don't have many eye products, so we'll kind of figure it out. They had a collab collection with Sweed and Elisa Maino, I believe. I don't know how to pronounce her name. This is part of that collaboration. I got the lip combo. It includes a lip pencil and a lipstick. This is the shade January. So there are 2 lip liner options from her collection. I went with the deeper one just because I thought it would be a nice fall color, and I was right. It's absolutely beautiful. So that is the shade January. Here it is back here. It's like a warm brown with just maybe a touch of berry, just a touch. So let me line my lips. This is a beautiful shade. I am so happy with it, and the formula is fantastic. It does have a little brush on the other end if you want to, soften and smooth it out. However, you have to work quick because these set down and they do not move. These are a lip liner formula that stays in place. It's not going to budge. I love that about it, especially if I'm using a deeper lip liner. If I'm using a lip liner that is deeper than my lip color, I really want it to stay in place, right? I don't want to be drinking something and then you be able to see lines in my lip or whatever where I'm missing lip liner. And that is an ideal lip formula. It is a very creamy, it's very smooth. I have 0 complaints about this lip liner. I think that most people would really love this formula. I think the packaging is beautiful. It looks elegant. And then in the lipstick, I got the matching shade, which is Vanda or Vonda. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce this, but this came in the kit with the lip liners. So that is the lipstick. As you can see, it has a little bit more berry than the liner. The liner is a little bit warmer. This is a little bit cooler. Again, a beautiful, perfect fall color. This is described as a sheer deep brown. To me, it's got more berry in it than a brown. I think maybe it looks brown on the lips. On me, it is a very deep, vampy color. That's why I wanted to put it on before I decided on what we're going to do on the eyes. I love this combo for fall. And I honestly think, if I weren't here doing this video, this would be the look. I would just have this bold lip and not even really fuss with the eyes. I would do my brows, of course, like they are, but I think that, I could just go out like this. It would be a whole look, but because we're doing a full face of Sweed, we're going to finish up. Sweed does not have any eyeshadows as of right now, but they do have a really nice collection of eyeliners. They have 5 shades of their eyeliner. I have the shade Golden Beetle. It's like a greenish bronze. So that is the shade Golden Beetle. It's got some shimmer to it. Really, really pretty shade, very unique. I think to tie everything in, I'm just going to take some of the bronzer and go into my crease just to give a little bit of definition there. And add a touch of warmth, to kind of coordinate with my cheeks. I'm going to take the highlighter and tap it on my lids. just to give a bit of a glow, mostly in the inner corner here. I'm going to take a tiny little pencil brush and do an inner corner highlight. Now I'm going to take Golden Beetle and I'm going to start from my lower lash line. I'm just going to draw like a line here. I'm going to soften it up with the sponge tip. I'm going to go on the outer corner of my eye and just kind of messily draw a shape. I'm taking my Merit eyeshadow brush and I'm just going to blend this out, soften it up. Can you see how beautifully that blends out, that eyeliner? You could totally use this as an eyeshadow, you know, just all over as a smoky eye, which I have done before. I just don't want to do today because I have the lips. The lip is a lot, but I'm just kind of drawing like a triangle shape here. Messily, you really don't have to be too precise because it's so soft and blends out so well. And then I'm just going to soften it out. I'm going to do something that I rarely do, which is tightline. I'm going to use my Victoria Beckham Satin Kajal on the top line. I am just going to do a very small, like, outer corner wing. I just always do. I think my Elisa Eldridge Kitten Flick is finally done. This has lasted me almost a year. If you use liquid eyeliner, you know how quickly they dry up. This one lasted forever, so I'm very happy with this. I'll be repurchasing it. I think it's time for it to go into my empties finally. Now onto the product that got me interested in Sweed. I think this mascara went super viral or something because of the mascara. I looked into the rest of the brand, tried the foundation. One of my very early videos is me talking about Sweed Beauty. I've been so impressed with it for so long. I'm not encouraging you to go watch that. You can. I mean, my early videos were rough. They're still rough. I'm still learning. I'm relatively new, but I am trying, and I do take your suggestions to heart. So this is the Cloud Mascara, and this mascara is every bit as good as everybody says it is, in my opinion, for me and my incredibly wimpy, straight, short lashes. This mascara is fantastic. So let me just put it on. Then we'll do highlighter and then we'll talk about these products. This mascara just gives you like instant drama. I absolutely love this mascara. It is one of my favorites. It's quite expensive though. It is $30. They do have this in brown. I haven't tried the brown yet. I'm curious to try it next time. I might pick up the brown, but I absolutely love this. It is a standout from their range. Let's do a little bit of highlighter. We've got like a kind of a fall look going today. And I think that in fall, highlights are really nice because most of the makeups, it gets a little matte. And this highlighter is gorgeous. There are only 2 shades on the highlighter. I have the shade Aurora. It is the lightest shade. This is $45 and you get 0.15 ounces. It's slightly deceiving because this looks like a huge pan. Packaging is big. For example, this is the bronzer. It is 10 grams and this is 4.5. But the packaging on the highlighter is bigger. Packaging can be very deceiving. This is stunning though. Look at that color. Oh my goodness. It's so pretty. It's a champagne, but it's not a gold leaning champagne. I'm not a fan of gold highlighters. It doesn't pull super gold on my skin, so I really like it. You've already seen me put it on my eyes, but let's put it on the cheeks. I just go over it with my sponge to kind of make it melt in with the skin and look more skin-like, but it is a gorgeous highlight. It's so super glowy, but not like metallic or sparkly. There's no glitters in it. It kind of reminds me of the Prada highlight. So here are the Prada and the Sweed highlights on my hand. That's Prada Pink and then Sweed Aurora. To me, they just look similar. They both have like that frosty look to them. I feel like on the skin, they do similar things. My hair is wild, like it's growing out and I don't know what to do with it. So let's talk about Sweed Beauty. Starting with the foundation, I absolutely love this foundation. It is a beautiful foundation. If you want something that gives you coverage, but still looks entirely natural, a lot of the foundations that I have talked about on my channel recently have been very sheer, very light coverage. This is more, to me, in my opinion, this is like a medium coverage foundation, and I bet you could build it to full. I don't, because I never really feel like I need or want a full coverage, but I think you could get full coverage out of this, and I think it would still look incredibly natural. I love the component. It's small, it doesn't take up a lot of space, it's not heavy, it's just a plastic squeezy tube. I like things that come like this. I think they're easy to store, they're easy to travel with. My only issue with it is that I don't see the glass skin effect. When I hear glass skin, I am assuming that the foundation is going to be incredibly glowy. This I don't find to be incredibly glowy, but I still find it to be incredibly beautiful. It is one of my favorite foundations. Shade match that I have in this foundation is excellent. I've only tried that one and I'm just going by swatches online, but it looks like a beautiful range of shades covering from very light to very deep. With 16 shades and it being super full coverage, not everyone is going to have a shade match, but if you do have a shade match in this foundation, I think that you will be happy with it. Bronzer, I think, is beautiful on the skin. I really, really love the formula, and I don't mind the color, but I feel like lots of people will. You can see even when I swatch it, like it's a soft color. It's not super pigmented. It's very sheer. It's like, you know, a wash, a whisper of warmth on the skin. And while it is super warm, it also has some yellow, which works for me. I think it's beautiful, but I don't think a lot of people are going to like this color. Just be aware, if you're looking at the Sweed bronzer and you're looking at the lightest shade, it is much warmer than I anticipated. It's got like the slightest hint of glow, so it looks very skin-like. I just wish that there were more colors. 2 shades is just not enough in a bronzer. That's my only issue with that bronzer. Other than that, I think it's an absolutely beautiful formula. The Sweed blushes are fantastic. They're so good. They're so easy to work with for a cream to powder formula. To me, like I said, they feel like when you touch it in the pan, it absolutely feels like a cream. But as soon as you rub it between your fingers and feel the texture, it immediately feels like a powder. I grabbed a couple of other cream to powder formulas. I just wanted to see how they felt in comparison. This is the Rare Beauty. It feels exactly the same. It feels just like the Rare Beauty. I want to feel the Chanel cream to powder. It also feels very similar to the Chanel. However, the Chanel, when I touch it in the pan, doesn't feel as creamy, but when you rub it between the fingers, it's got the same like instant powder transformation feeling. I'm betting that these formulas are very similar. That's my guess based on just feeling them and the texture and how they perform. So I really do like these. I think they are beautiful. If they have a color that you're interested in, I don't think you would be disappointed in the formula. I find it incredibly easy to work with. The Sweed highlighters are absolutely gorgeous. It's very similar to me to the product. Now, it doesn't feel the same. Like when I'm rubbing it between my finger and I'm touching it in the pan, it doesn't feel the same. This feels more like a baked formula, you know, that texture where it doesn't feel dry, but it doesn't feel like a cream. The product to me feels like a cream when you rub that between your fingers. What they do on the skin is, in my opinion, very similar. They're both very glowy and frosty, and I'm not saying frosty in a bad way. They're not like glassy, icy like the Gucci, or they're not as reflective as a lot of highlighters. This one is slightly more reflective than the Prada. Prada's just a touch softer. I mean, you can get the same effect with this as you can the Prada just by using a lighter hand or going over it with your sponge or your foundation brush. I don't think that they're different enough to warrant the price of the Prada. If you'd been interested in the Prada, I think that this is a suitable alternative, and I think it's stunning on the skin. It works great as an eyeshadow. It works great as an inner corner highlight. I could probably even tap it on my lips. I'm not going to do that, but probably could for like a lip highlight. Beautiful. I'm testing a bunch of highlighters because I want to do highlighter roundup. I'm very impressed with it. I think it's gorgeous. Let's touch on the lip products. The Sweed lip liners are so, so good. It does not wipe away. It does not remove. What you're seeing between these swatches is not a smear. That's where I swatched the lipstick and removed it because I wanted to be able to swatch the lip liner and show you how long wear it was. The shades are gorgeous. This shade is stunning. It's deep on me, but I could use it with a lighter lipstick, a different look. This is just a pretty deep lipstick on me. Have you tried the Sweed lip liner formula? It's so good. The lipstick, I love this shade and I love the formula. I don't typically like this type of component, if I'm being honest, and I am here to be honest and give you my thoughts on this range. This is not my favorite delivery system. I just don't like the crayon of it all. The actual lipstick formula is really nice. It's not a satin and it's not a matte. To me, it's somewhere between there. It's more matte than it is a satin. It doesn't have a lot of shine. It's very comfortable and non-drying, and I love the smell. It's got like a soft vanilla scent, non-offensive. It's not overwhelming. The formula is incredibly comfortable. It's very pigmented, and this shade for fall is perfection in my opinion. Like, it is a perfect fall color for me. I love the brow pencil. Love, love, love the brow pencil. The tone of it is perfect. It's not super pigmented, so you can really get in there and not feel like, oh my gosh, now I've, crossed into Groucho Marx territory, which is pretty easy for me to do because I have very dark brows and they're kind of thick. If I have like a shade that is too intense or too deep, it can go pear-shaped for me really, really easily. This one is just perfect. The eyeliners. I love the eyeliner. I love the color. I love the blendability. I love that you can use it as a liner or a shadow. It's so easy to blend out and work with. It reminds me of the Victoria Beckham satin kajals. So you can see here, maybe you can see, it doesn't set down entirely, right? You can see where it's smudged a little bit, but it's still there. It's not one that like wipes away into nothing, but it's not smudge proof. Like I said, reminds me a lot of the Victoria Beckham satin kajal. If you like those, I think that you will like this. It's super creamy like those, like it glides on so easily. It's very blendable like the Victoria Beckham. And then it mostly sets down like the Victoria Beckham. So to me, these are very similar. And I think that if you like that formula, if they have a shade that you like in Sweed, I just don't think that you will be disappointed. It is such a smooth, creamy eyeliner. And the fact that I can blend this out into my crease and it's an eyeliner and it looks soft and seamless really says something about the formula. It's not like completely budge proof, but you can still see that even though I've smudged it and I'm smearing it, it's not going anywhere. It's like the top layer is smearing, but the base stays there. Kind of reminds me of Victoria Beckham bronze. Victoria Beckham bronze is like a greeny bronze, if I'm remembering correctly. I've used that one up, but I feel like it's similar to this, like in person. It's almost got a bit of green to it, like Golden Beetle. One of my favorite things from Sweed. And then last but certainly not least, the Cloud Mascara. This mascara is excellent. This is a fantastic mascara. I think everything about it is perfection, from the packaging to the performance, the brush. I didn't show you the brush. So this is the brush. It's, silicone bristles, which work really, really well for me. This is the kind of brush that I prefer. If a mascara has this kind of brush, it's usually a pretty successful mascara for me and my barely there eyelashes. If it looks like I have eyelashes, especially on camera, I'm happy because you see me without makeup. You can't see my lashes until I put mascara on them. So the fact that it looks like I have eyelashes at all is a win in my book. This mascara wears so well. It does not flake or smudge on me. It wears until I take it off. It's easy to remove. In my opinion, it is absolutely worth the hype. So I hope that this video was helpful. If you had been interested in trying some things from Sweed, it is such a gorgeous brand. There are some things I wish the components were different or the shades were different, but the formulas overall are solid across the board. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you haven't. I would love to have you here. Give it a like if you liked it, and I will see you soon in another video. Until then, please take care of yourselves.